Okay, so whether you're a leader interested in strategic innovation, or if you are a student or a designer interested in learning how to innovate with speed and simplicity, or if you are a startup interested in learning your value and opportunity in the marketplace, then these videos will be for you. Okay, so my name is Bernard Schockman. I'm coming to you from the east coast of Australia on the border of the Gold Coast and Northern Rivers. So I'm here to talk about, should you be using design thinking and design sprints verbatim? And the answer to that question is both yes and no. When you first start using the systems, I would advocate to use them verbatim, just exactly as they are prescribed. But as you start to use them more and more, what you'll start to realize is there are a lot more efficient ways to run sprints. And there are a lot more specific ways to point a sprint at a specific outcome by using other methods that are available. We'll talk about those. So as you start to run more and more sprints, what you're stepping into is systems thinking. And the basis to system thinking is you have inputs, you have a process, a methodology, a system, or a method, and then you have outputs. And what happens is, based on those outputs, you can have a feedback loop back into the inputs to start again. Now, in design thinking and design sprints, our inputs are people, data, and information, and a challenge. And away we go through with using. Now, when we talk about processes, systems, methods, etc., we are talking about things like design thinking, design sprints, agile, lean startup. We're talking business model canvas, simple things like business model canvas and value proposition, or the strategizer map, if you've seen that. And what you learn is that there are so many methods within these methodologies to be used. So we have sliced parts of one method off, sliced another part of another method off, glued them together and used them in a design sprint. We have taken one method from one methodology, another method from another methodology, stuck them together and used them inside a design sprint. We've also just carved out a piece of a method and used it in a design sprint as a step. So there are literally infinite ways you can design a sprint with the sprint methodology, the traditional 4 or 5 day sprint methodology, bolted in around it. But in the day 1, 2, and 3, because remember we have 5 days in a traditional sprint, and in version 2.0 we have 4 days. In those first 2 days is when you can start to really play around and create methods or add methods into those 2 days that really make those first 2 days very rich. So that's all I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to talk about should you use design sprints and design thinking verbatim? And again, the answer is both yes and no, depending on whether you're starting or whether you're quite proficient in it. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about how to put together one of these billboard design sprints, and that's going to be very interesting. So I'll see you then.